Hello everybody and welcome on board this 1996 Moody S38 for a look around her interior in glorious virtual reality. So what does that mean to you? Well, that means that you can look around where you like, when you like. You don't have to look where Tim is looking. All you need to do to achieve that is to click and drag your screen or swipe your screen up, down, left or right, and you can look around to your heart's content. Some people say that the movement of the camera can make them feel a bit funny, so if that might be you, I'll let you know when I'm going to move the camera, and then I'll let you know when it's safely down, so you can avert your eyes when you want to, and then you can return to the tour with me. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So here we are on board this beautiful boat. How am I feeling? Well, it's a lovely interior, plenty of space, it's very light. We've got lots of lovely wood around, contrasting against the creamy white of the gel coat. Feels a nice place to be. It should be. It's a Moody and it's an S38. But let's talk about head height first, shall we? So I'm 5'9". Like to think I'm 5'10", but I'm not really. I'm 5'9". So I've got plenty of room here. Good 6 feet here. Rises up slightly as we go forwards. Goes down a tiny bit as we go forwards towards the forward cabin, and then dips down in the cabin, in the forward cabin as the coach roof dips a little bit. But plenty of room in this, plenty of head height in this boat, to say the very least. So let's have a look, and we'll start out, shall we, in traditional fashion, by looking at the companionway. Well, very nice and easy to get down, no problem at all. Bit of a duck under the spray hood, but once you're here, very easy to get through. Grab handles either side to help you get up or down. Very easy steps to get down here. With 4 Allen keys here, or 1 Allen key and 4 bolts here. That comes off and reveals the front of the engine, the bilge, the belts, etc, etc. So not the one to be looking at whilst at sea, I don't think, doing your engine checks, because it's a bit of a fiddle. Doesn't take more than a minute, but it's easier to check in the aft cabin there, where we'll go shortly. But very easy to get down. Once you're down here in a seaway, you're thinking, oh gosh, what am I going to hold on to? Well, we've got deep fiddles all over the place. So here's me making my way forwards in a deep seaway. We've got lots to grab onto here. I can then transfer onto the grab handles inset into the coach roof here until I get all the way forwards here, where I've got the compression post, and I can grab hold of the bulkhead there. So we can get around this boat in sea with ease, I think. Really nice wide open lobby here, and through the saloon here, there's no compromise, there's nothing getting in your way. In fact, there are only things to hang on to, which I really like. Floor looks lovely on this boat, probably affected a little bit by damp over the time. You can see we're a bit darker. Here's probably where damp's got into the grain over the years. Maybe a sanding would help that I don't know, but I don't think it really particularly needs doing, unless you're fussy about your deck. But doesn't feel like there's lots of creaky floorboards, which is great. We have good access underneath this panel here. We can see 2 of the keel bolts, access to the bilge there. We've got access under this section as well. That gives us access to the forward keel bolts, the bilge, and the senders for the echo sounder and speed log. Really good. And generally speaking, lots of room to move about. Looking up, we can see we've got a very nice gel coat stroke vinyl headlining here. All looks in good order. Nice and easy to keep clean as well, none of this carpet type affair. We've got a little bit of damp effect up here, I think, maybe that needs looking at. Here we've got a hatch letting light and air in or out. We've got windows all the way around the saloon, and all of them apart from 2 open outwards to give us ventilation, light and air, and that's why it feels so nice down here. And I think with lots of people, perhaps in warmer climes, the ability to ventilate this area is really good. This particular boat has nice mosquito nets or hatches to go over all the main hatches as well. So that's really nice and really useful. Let's turn starboard and look at the galley. So as we come down, we can see that we've got a nice big hanging locker in here as well, so that might be for your fowlies, etc, etc. Lots of safety gear just in there at the moment, being looked after or kept out of the sun. Another cupboard above, and then once we step into the galley, we can see we've got it's a U-shaped, but it goes out a little bit further, so let's call it C or G-shaped. Starting in the back, we have really nice solid work surface, really lovely, and underneath here we've got a drawer, probably for your cutlery, a cupboard here, and then tracing around here we've got lots of tiny little cupboards on the outboard side, probably about maybe about 8 or 9 inches deep. Plenty of room for your cruet, all that kind of stuff. And then looking around, we can see we've got the cooker on the outboard side here, on gimbals as well, so that's good for being at sea. We've got the lid that lifts up here, so we can take that away and do our cooking, which is great. On the outboard side here, we've got lots and lots of cupboards even, and if I just open one up, you can see that this is nice and deep, probably about 12 inches, and fiddled as well. Things in there to stop things moving about. These cupboards add to the smartness of this boat, I think, because they go all the way around the periphery of the boat, down here, down the saloon, through the head, all the way around the fore cabin, and then all the way back to the chart table on the port side. I really like that because it looks great, looks uniform, and also lots of stowage, which is really important. Moving around in the galley, we've got, you'll notice we've got sockets everywhere as we move around the boat. Lovely great big drop-in fridge. Lots of freezer in there. I don't think we have got a small freezer compartment in there, which is lovely as well. The main working area of the galley, we've got twin sinks, hot and cold running water. We've got somewhere to the magic hole where we throw all our rubbish down there, never to be seen again. Who knows what happens to it. We've got cupboards underneath as well, and we've got cupboards and a big locker on the outboard side there, and a drawer there too. So from here we can administer the galley. We can push our food and our drink towards the saloon table over there. We can feed the navigator if we want to, and if we want to, we can pass food up to the crew in the cockpit as well. So really, really nice. And also because there's no door behind here to go anywhere, because we only have one door here to go to the aft cabin, it means that nobody's going to be squeezing behind you while you're cooking or washing or doing whatever you're doing to get to a cabin, which I really, really like. So once you're in here, this is your domain, and you can do what you need to do. And actually, I think two people probably work in here at a push, doing galley stuff. Really good. Right then, let's move along to the saloon. So as you can see, lovely great big saloon. We've got U-shaped seating on the starboard side and a linear berth here. I think for a not tall person, then we would be okay sleeping here, and we could also plonk somebody on this side as well. This doesn't convert into a double, but I think with a bit of jiggery pokery, with a bit of magic and adaptation, we could probably do something there, but at the moment she doesn't. Lovely great big saloon table with big leaves, as you can see, and fiddles. We've got storage inside for wine bottles, etc., and we've got storage down the side here for even more stuff. So very nice area, very nice and easy to get around. We've got the compression post here to hold on to, and we can sit here and enjoy ourselves to our heart's content. We don't have storage behind the seating. This is given over to storage in binnacles as so. There we go, so we've got another lid here, so there's lots of nice deep storage. Why can't I get that open? That does lift up. It's a little bit wet, so I'll leave that. But so yeah, we have storage underneath here, storage on the outboard side, on the starboard side, and underneath each of the sofas here we've got the cold water tanks. Bits of storage under the forward seating there, and a little bit under the aft there as well. So Moody's done a really good job of kind of identifying everywhere where there could be a bit of storage and putting some storage in. We can see the chain plates coming through here. I really like that because that gives a nice modern contemporary feel, although it's actually part of the rig. But you can see where it comes through the deck up there. You can see the fastenings there. You can see the fastenings into the bulkhead there as well. So parts of the rig really, really nice and easy to check. Your surveyor would thank you, I think. So yes, a very nice area, very open, plenty of room indeed. Now let's move over to the nav station. As you can see, if I sit myself down, lovely great big seat, and nice decent sized chart table. I wouldn't say it's full sized. Really well fiddled, as I mentioned, to help us walk through, but also to hang on to if we're sitting here, and also to keep your pens and pencils and dividers, rubbers, etc. in the chart table. I'm feeling that I can order cups of tea from the galley very easily from here. I'm feeling that I can bark my orders up to the helm up there very easily too. All in all, a nice nav station. Now, what features do we have? Well, we have 3 drawers on the starboard side here. We've got the isolators by my left hip here. We've got the bilge control by my left knee, and we've got a nice lifting chart table here for all your bits and pieces. Not hugely deep, about 2.5 inches deep maybe, but room for charts or iPads these days, etc. Really good. On the outboard side here, well, we've got our VHF, we've got the stereo, we've got an older GPS unit. Why not have it if it still works? We've got a power supply, light, and we've got the electrics panel, Navtex, and battery conditioning as well. We've got a nice deeply fiddled binnacle here, less deep there for just probably chart publications, almanacs, that kind of thing, and another one here which has been given over to winch handles at the moment. So yeah, very standard forward facing, relatively well equipped navigation station. What more can I say? Right then, so let's pick you up for the first time. So we'll manoeuvre you magically through to the forward head. Let's not go in the cabin yet. Let's pick the ensuite. So there we go. Let me put you down. You're safe. So you're in the forward head. Welcome. This is the ensuite to the forward cabin. As you can see, nice and light and bright in here. The light and the air comes through the hatch up here. There's no actual porthole. You can see where the cupboards continue around the periphery of the boat, which I like so much. And generally looks nice and easy to keep clean. We've got a seat to sit on if you want to have a shower at sea, if we're rolling about a little bit. We have a manual head underneath, and the camera is sitting on a small sink unit with hot and cold running water on the forward bulkhead. Pretty much everything you can ask for an ensuite, including the shower, which is sitting up here, drains away down through the deck. Lovely. So let's pick you up again and close the door to the ensuite head, or the forward head, and I'll just stick you on the edge of this toolbox here just to elevate you slightly. As you can see, this particular boat does come laden with lovely sails, or they've all been valeted and checked and cleaned, and a sail cover, etc., stored down here out of the sunlight and out of the rain and the wind. Great thing to do if you're not thinking of using your boat for a while. Keep it away from the UV and prevent that mildew from growing. But anyway, back to the cabin. We're in the forward cabin. It's a V berth. It's nice and wide. It's nice and long. If you look carefully, you can see, if I pull these buckets out of the way, there we can see how nice it is, lined with wood on the inside. And again, cupboards all the way around the edge, so loads and loads of locker space. And once we're in here, if I just close the door, there we go. We can close the door to the rabble out there, and we've got a nice changing area here. I can sit on the bed and pull my wellies on and off. I can take the infill out if I want to effectively single beds. And on the outboard side here, we've got a nice big hanging locker in there, and we can see that after that we've got a vanity unit, drawer, cupboard, and a nice mirrored unit which allows us to open the cupboards and put bits and pieces in there. Really, really nice. Underneath the bed we've got the bow thruster unit, which is up forwards, and we have storage port, storage starboard as well. And again, as I said before, I'm 5'9". Actually, there's probably nearly 6 feet there, maybe 5'11", something like that. So the headroom in here isn't really that compromised until you go right the way forward, which is where your feet would be anyway. So very good. Right then, let's open the door, latch it back. There we go. And then we'll pick you up and we'll take you straight through the saloon to the after head, or the day head, whichever you would prefer to call it. I'll stick you there by the sink. There we go, please don't fall over. And you can see that we have Jack and Jill access, so we can go in here from the saloon without disturbing anyone asleep in the after cabin, or we can come in through this door here from the after cabin and use the saloon without anybody, use the head without anybody in the saloon knowing. Very, very useful. We have a nice shower unit here, again with a seat above the electric head, there we go, to allow us to sit down should we wish. Cupboards are carried on all the way through the boat from the nav station to here, and we have two nice opening windows in here, so it is really nice and bright and airy in here. Some curtains for a bit of privacy, and a mirror on the inboard side there, and the camera again is sitting on the sink unit with hot and cold running water in the port aft corner. Plenty of, I wouldn't say lots of room in here, there's plenty of room in here to do what you need to do, I think, and nice and easy to get out. So let's pick you up again. We'll take you to the final area of this boat. Now, a bit of a squeeze to get through this door, I have to admit, but I do have a considerable girth these days. But what I'll do is I'll put you down there, sort of in the light bit, there we go, and I'll sit in the corner here. So as you can see, as I came in, full standing headroom again. We've got a nice opening hatch here. We've got on the outboard side here, we've got the door to the Jack and Jill door to the after head there. I'll just leave that open to give you a bit more light actually. Nice big hanging locker here, and vanity, well, a little bit of a vanity unit. Cupboard, mirror, cupboard here, and then that comes to the seat in the corner where I'm going to sit while I carry on talking. So we have batteries under here, we have batteries under here, and we have the tank underneath where you're sitting on the starboard berth. And as you can see, you have a really, really nice, wide, really nice long berth there. So on those longer trips you should feel like you have a proper sized bed. Obviously there's always the compromise, which is the cockpit moulding, which is protruding down slightly, so this is where your feet will be on the other side, and your bum on the other side here. Basically that's always going to happen with an after cabin, and there's always some kind of compromise, but gives us plenty of room to crawl through to get to the other side. We're only ever going to be having our head at this end, so you can still sit up and read. So as aft cabins go, I think it's a really good one, lots of lovely space. And on the outboard side, where you would be if you went a little bit further, you can see all still fully wood lined. We've got an escape hatch to let you out or light and air through if we want to, and also on the starboard side we've got lots of cupboards there. We've got storage the other side of this headboard here, and if you want to get to the engine, then this is where we get to the engine for our hourly checks at sea, or I would, because you can look in here, you can lift this lid, you can pull this forwards to allow access to the engine, gearbox, etc., without taking the companionway to bits, so the companionway can still be used. All very nice indeed. So let's take you back up to the saloon, or back across to the saloon, where we'll just sum up, and I'll place you right in the middle of the compartment there and summarise by saying that this has been Tim from Boatshed Yacht Brokers, taking you for a good tour around the interior of this 1996 Moody S38. Thanks for watching. We've learnt that we've got a nice big galley, we've got a nice big saloon, we've got a forward cabin with an ensuite heads, we've got the day head with Jack and Jill access, and that great big aft cabin. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. Always lovely to have you along with us. We really appreciate your viewings, and do keep an eye out for lots more reviews elsewhere in our channel. Have a great day. Take care.